Hey, it's Tuesday tea time with Dorarena. I want to welcome all the replay people that are watching and the new viewers. This is Women of Wisdom, and we are empowering teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. And we want to see you follow after your dreams, okay, with confidence. All right. We're here for you, and we want to bridge the generational gap between the older ladies and the younger ladies. So I hope that you had a chance to look at our last week's program. We had Teresa Walker, and we just had a really good time talking about. Let's see what I do this, making a vow way. That's what it was. Okay. So tonight, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the power of transformation. So we're going to continue to talk about that tonight. Okay. So before we get started, I got my tea here, and I'm actually trying this. Well, it's new on the broadcast, but it's called double spice chai. Okay, so not just chai, but double spice chai. How about that? So tea time. Yeah, this is real good. I do have my creamer with this one and my honey. And I hope that you as well have your beverage and that you join us and fill your cup up with wisdom tonight. All right. Okay. So we're gonna we have a workshop coming up the end of August. So I want to let you know about that, called You Are a Recipe, and it's all about relationships and having the right kind of relationships in your lives. And it's our responsibility that we allow the right ingredients into our lives to help us become that awesome smelling peach cobbler. I just made a peach cobbler, so that's why I'm saying that. That nice smelling cake or whatever you want to produce in your life. You want it to be sweet, you want it to be joyful, and so we're going to be sharing that. We have some speakers that's going to be speaking at our sessions, and so more information is coming with that later. Okay, so it'll be exciting to see you this year at the WOW workshop. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and dive into this thing. We're talking about transformation. Yeah, here we go. Our topic is transformation, aka metamorphosis. Okay, so like I usually do, I want to share with you that our definition for transformation. Okay. And you may know it, but I still like to share it because it's always good to get a refresher, right? Okay. So transformation is the process or change in form, appearance, nature, or character. Okay. So last time we were talking about the power of transformation. We talked about the butterfly, which is our symbol that we're using because it is an excellent symbol to use for our example of transformation in our lives. Okay. So this is going to be, pretty much a series because there's just so much to talk about, and you just can't get this in like in 30 minutes, even in an hour, because there's just so much that goes into the transformation or the metamorphosis of a butterfly. So we're going to start out tonight talking about stage 2 is what we're going to focus on. Okay, I'm going to touch a little bit on stage 1 because that is such a short stage, but I do want to point out some things that kind of correlate with us. Okay, so in stage 1, we talked about that the female butterfly, lays the egg on a milkweed leaf. I may not have said a milkweed leaf last time, but that's what they lay them on. Now check this out. The butterfly lays each egg on a different leaf, and she lays about 100 eggs. Okay, now imagine that. Okay, and that's a lot of eggs. I done had quite a few kids, but 100, we ain't doing that. Okay, but anyway, so she lays, that's a lot of work. She's laying each egg on a different leaf. Okay, talk about the mother. If you're a mother, you are so important. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how your children have treated you or should have treated you. You are still important. They wouldn't be here without you. Okay, there wouldn't be life on the planet without you. Okay, so look at that. You are important because God chose you to bring life into this world. Okay, that's important. Okay, so know that you're important. Okay, so the baby caterpillar or the baby larva, whatever you want to call it, eats its way through the eggshell and then eats the eggshell. Now, the eggshell itself has a lot of nutrients in it, okay? And so they're starting out with eating the right things, okay? So, that's important, that we start out the right way, okay? So understanding that you are in a transformation is important, okay? Knowing what stage you're in, doing the transformation, all these things are important because they will help you understand where you're at in life. And you do need to have that understanding, okay? Okay, so just knowing can help you to be wiser and to go through this thing quicker. Okay, I remember when I was going through something in life, and oh my goodness, I was fighting against that thing. And what came to me was, just like having a baby, if you ever had a child before, if you tense up, it makes your contractions harder and it makes the labor last longer. And so if you just learn how to relax and go through, it's painful, yes, but if you learn how to relax through the pain, that's important because that will shorten the length of time that you have to, go through your labor. And so I thought about that and I was like, oh, wow, okay, I really need to embrace where I'm at and stop resisting the change because it was there to make me a better person. And you know what? During that time, we have to learn to be honest with ourselves. That is really so important that you're honest with yourself when you start going through these transformations, because, if you lie to yourself and you don't accept the truth, then you'll never get past where you are because you'll always be hiding behind the lie. And when you come out from up under that lie and you face the truth, then you can see reality for what it really is and make the necessary steps you need to make to improve in life, And so that's important information that we have to have, all right? Believe me, I done been through some things and I'm just really sharing with you. And if you can, put a comment in the box and share with us. You don't have to get, personal or anything like that, but give us some wisdom. It just helps when you have other people coming from a different perspective to give you a different perspective. And you can think, oh man, I didn't even think about that, and it broadens your understanding, and really your capacity to receive more, with a greater understanding. All right. That's wisdom in itself. Okay. All right. So, okay, let's see what else we're going to talk about. Okay. Yes. It's important that you are around the right people. Oh my goodness. It is so important when you're going through transformation, the people that you are around. I was telling my son this yesterday that, when you're going through a change like that, it is so important that you guard yourself, and you don't just allow anybody to impart information to you. And because that's a sensitive time when you're going through changes like that, and you got to be careful that someone is not implanting into you the wrong things that's going to veer you from your goal or your focus, and sometimes you don't really know what people's interior motives are, but you have to be wise and be aware and filter things, not just receive them, but filter them. You have a knowing like in the inside of you, and something will tell you, that don't sound right. Put that on the shelf, and just, wait to see what's going to happen with that, okay? Or whether you should take that back off the shelf or not, or just delete it. We don't have to be rude about it or say anything to people, but sometimes it's some of the things they mean well when they try to help us, but sometimes it's best to not. Some people are, you can look at their life sometimes and say, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? Learn from the good and the bad. Okay. I don't know why that came out. That must have been for somebody. That wasn't on here. I wasn't planning on talking about that. Okay, so I want to focus on stage 2. Okay, so we talked about how the baby caterpillar eats itself out the shell, and then it eats the shell, the egg shell. Okay, so at this point in time, the larva, which is the caterpillar, and we're going to say caterpillar throughout the rest of this time. Okay, so the caterpillar starts to eat and eat and eat. I'm telling you, the caterpillar is an eating machine. And so at that point, it is just growing and growing and growing. After it eats the eggshell, it eats the leaf that is on, okay? Because, man, the caterpillar is hungry, okay? And it just keeps eating. Okay, so when you start going through a transformation, you're just, you want more. You know what I mean? You want more in life. you want to experience more, and you just have that desire for more. Okay, so if you're gonna have that desire for more, then change is coming. Okay, and so you just have to be ready and accept that there is change. And I'm saying that because some people don't like change, but listen, you need to learn how to like change, because you need to continue to learn in life. And if you don't continue to learn and grow in life, and expand your thoughts and increase your understanding, you're going to get left behind. You're not going to have much in life. But I mean, if you're somebody that really wants something in life, then you do need to accept change. Change is not a bad thing. It's just a process, and it's all about how you look at it. It's all about the attitude that you have going through it. Believe me, I had trouble in that area, and I decided to embrace the change. Yes, sometimes it's scary and everything like that, and anything that you deal with in life that's new has apprehension behind it. And so, that's reality. That's just what we deal with in life. So don't cheat yourself from advancing in life just because, it requires you to change. Okay. So if you're going to climb, the ladder, so to speak, into a better life, it's going to take change. Okay. Okay. So during this second stage that the caterpillar go through is called molting, 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 which is another word for shedding. So what they do in this whole process of shedding, they shed about 4 to 5 times, and this whole process is called instar. So in between the instars are critical times of shedding the old and bringing in the new. Okay, so the caterpillar goes through this, like I said, 4 to 5 times, and then what they do when they're going through this stage, they have like a little mat. They find a mat or an object that they place like a silky mat on, and then they anchor their legs into this mat while they're mulching. And some people call it shedding the skin, but it's actually cuticles that they're shedding. And it's kind of like a fingernail substance, And so what happens is they're eating so much and they're growing so fast, this cuticle does not stretch. And so what they have to do is they have to break that thing, split it open, and then they lift up their hind legs and they crawl out of it. Now they shed their face as well. Okay, we're talking about letting go of everything, shedding 4 to 5 times through this process before they even go into the chrysalis stage. Okay, so it's okay, if you got to shed some stuff. That's normal. Okay, that's normal. You should be shedding something. You don't want to have the old on all the time. That gets really stale. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when stuff gets stale, it starts to stink. Okay. And that's sometimes if you get stuck into that kind of life, it is boring. Okay. And so you don't want to You don't want to live life like that. You know, you want to grow and you want to become, you know, a wise woman, a wise young lady, you know, and to step into that wisdom, it's going to take change because, you know, it's kind of like what they say about science, you know, it dies one funeral at a time. In other words, you know, they find out something new and they think, oh, okay, yeah, this works like this, you know, and then they discover something else and they throw the old out and they go with the new because it's constantly improving. You're constantly getting new revelation, greater understanding, and you're maturing and you're letting go of those immature attitudes, immature ways of life, that kind of stuff. You want to let it go. And I guarantee you, when you do, it will bring more joy and peace into your life, you know, because once you kind of grow out of some stuff, you know, you're growing into a more mature you, a more likable you, a more loving you, and you start to discover who you are. Now, that's good stuff, you know, because to know you, first of all, will help you learn other people. Did you know that? That's wisdom right there. All right. Let's take a tea break. Wow. Okay, we better do more than trot along because we running out of time. Okay, so like I was saying, you know, they're let's see, where am I at? Okay, so they're increasing and stretching, and each uh, shedding that they go through, like I said, is a real critical time. It's, you know, you don't want to disturb the caterpillar while it's going through this shedding time. And you know what? Same way with us. That is not the time to allow other people to cause trouble or, you know, like I said before, you got to watch, you got to protect yourself, you know, when you're going through critical changes in life. And one thing is very important, that if you're going to have somebody go through this with you, is that you have the right person going through this with you. You do not need somebody that's going to have a pity party with you. You need somebody that is going to, or not even have somebody that's going to agree with your wrong. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, we need people that are bold enough, that are true friends, that will tell us when we are wrong. Okay, I treasure that type of relationship my own self. I really don't, you know, I mean, I don't like the agreeable, you know, type of, you know, I mean, come on, you know I'm wrong. You just gonna agree with me. No, be real with me. Tell me the truth. Help me to become a better person. You know, those are the type of people that you really want to be around, you know, and not waste your time on people that are slowing down your progress, your process. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to be that wise uh, young woman or that wise woman, you know, and, you know, you can help other people. After you go through the stages that you go through, they're not just for you, they're for you to help somebody else because somebody else needs you. That's why we're here. Women of Wisdom is here because, you know, we need you and you need us. All of us as women, we need each other. You know, I don't care, you know, what background you come from, or what color of your skin or anything like that. There are some basic things that all of us go through as we grow, teenagers, young adults, women, as we go through raising children, getting married, having grandchildren and great grandchildren. There are some things that are basic to all of us, and we can help one another just by being there sometimes, just by sharing, our experiences or a word of encouragement, and, that right there will help us as we help other people. So it's important that you discover, things about yourself. And as you shed, you go through these shedding stages. I want to mention this. I almost forgot this. When the caterpillar goes through this shedding stages, some of them, they eat the shell. So you know what? If you eat the shell, oh my goodness, that's the end of that. Okay? You're not going back into that. You can't go back searching for it. And that's what you want. Once you get out of something, you don't want to go back to it. All you need to do is gain the wisdom out of what you learn. Keep that. And the rest of it, throw it away. Don't go back. Put a what they call a boulder, down that path so you can't return back down that way, and keep moving forward, and be around the right people that will encourage you. Sometimes you got to let family go. Sometimes you got to let go of some of those lifelong friends, because sometimes people don't want what you want. And you got to get around people that want what you want. We're talking about wisdom, okay? We're talking about having peace and love and joy in your life. We're talking about having good moral character. You know what I'm saying? And so, there are some caterpillars that they eat any and everything. They call those the generalists. They just eat and swallow anything. You do not want to be like that. Don't just swallow anything, eat anything, whatever, any and everything that people say to you and share with you. Don't just accept all that stuff. Don't accept just anything. Look for the wisdom in it. If there's no wisdom in it, let it go. Let it go, my friend. Let it go. And then you have what is called the specialist. Now, the specialist caterpillar, they only eat one kind. Yes, thank you, Anita. They only eat one kind of plant. They don't just eat, anything. They're very particular about what they eat. And you know what? Wise people are very particular about what they eat. And they're very particular about who they hang around with. It's not that you're trying to make people think that you're better than them, or because none of us are better than anyone. You know what I'm saying? We all have the same opportunities. Amen. We all have the same opportunities. And we can all do something with our lives. It just depends on your choices. And it depends on whether or not you want to face up to reality about the reality of the truth about some things about yourself, and that'll help you learn more about yourself, learn who you are, and that'll help you, like I said, learn other people when you learn more about yourself. Okay. Okay. So you want to be a specialist. And let me share this and then we're going to have to close. But, when the caterpillar become poison, you have to immediately give them milkweed leaves. And or they when they become poison, they become lethargic and they stop eating. And you have to give them that milkweed immediately or they will die. Okay, what is that saying to us? Man, some things that people say are poison. And you know what? It'll stop our progress. We'll stop moving forward. And then our goals die and everything, our joy die, our peace die. We just start losing all kinds of things because we are allowing other people to poison our path. And we become lethargic. That means that we become all weak and, which causes us, to become, like lazy or just like we don't have no strength. We lost our way. We lost our motivation to do anything. You got to watch who you are around and who you allow to impart in your life. And so that's very important during this critical stage of the caterpillar. And the last mulching or the last shedding, they use that cuticle to make their chrysalis, to start going through the chrysalis stage, which some people call it the cocoon. But I don't know how many know this, but moths are in cocoons and caterpillars are butterflies are in what they call chrysalis. So that is it for us tonight. I hope that you have filled your cup up with wisdom tonight with the things that I've shared with you. I hope that you are encouraged to, to go through that transformation and do not be afraid of change. And, I hope that you are motivated to stay on the course or get back on the course. Yes, wisdom is vital, Anita says. Yes, wisdom is vital. And so, yes, we want to make sure that we are walking in wisdom. Okay. All right, my wow friends, I'm so glad that you joined me tonight and all those that will be watching the replay. I appreciate you. And I will see you next Tuesday, and we will be talking about the chrysalis stage where the degeneration comes in and we are forming into a butterfly. Okay. All right. Good night. And remember, walk in wisdom. Thank you.